Hello, my name is Milo and welcome to my rural DoorDash ride-along. It's Thursday, I'm doing a lunch shift, it's about 10:30 and there's peak pay until 10:59, so maybe I'll get an offer or two with peak pay. So I've been changing my thinking about doing DoorDash in 2026 because with the end of the year, my wife and I were talking about finances and work. I came to the conclusion that it would be more in line with my financial goals if I were bringing in another $1,500 to $2,000 per month than I already am. It'd be easiest to do that with DoorDash at the moment. Since I became a Platinum Dasher in September, I've been targeting $1,000 per month on DoorDash. For the month of January, I'm targeting $2,000 as a step on the ladder toward $2,500 or $3,000. Today's the 15th of the month, and if I make like $30-ish today, I'm going to be at $1,000 at the halfway point of the month. So I just accepted an offer to pick up from Taco Bell for $6 and change. It's not an amazing offer, but I don't do a lot of cherry picking. Also, I had to wait about 20 minutes, 22, 23 minutes for this offer to come up. If it was a contactless, I did call the customer to say, hey, what would you like me to do? It was at an office. He said could put it at the desk, but the door was locked, so it took a couple minutes to get someone to open the door for me, but it's done. And now I am on my way to my next pickup, which is a shopping order. Not my favorite. Well, that wasn't the worst shopping order I've ever done, but man, that did not go to plan. So there were a few items that took me forever to find, even with asking for help. There were a couple that just weren't there, and the customer wasn't responding to the messages about substitutions. I ended up calling, and one of the two items that wasn't there, they said to refund, and the other one, we talked about a substitution, and they asked about what the price of the substitution was, and I told them, but what I didn't realize was I was looking at a price per pound rather than a total price. So I told them the wrong price, and it was about double that, and I didn't want to call again. So what I did was I refunded it in the app and I paid for it on my own card. Sometimes when I do this, I'll get an extra tip afterward. I don't think it's going to happen this time. So I'm going to be at a net negative income for this delivery. All right, that delivery is done. I'm at $16 so far, but really I'm at $3 because I bought that thing of ham on my own dime. Now I got a new offer. It's $4.75 for 1.1 miles. Kind of, whatever. But it's a restaurant pickup. I'm much happier about this one. All right, so this is gonna be quick and easy, right? Wrong. Backing up the wrong direction from this diagonal spot because there's an ambulance blocking the road over there, which is ironic because I'm delivering this to the hospital. I was waiting for the order for a while. I saw the "we got your back" card, which I haven't had that before. Not that I've ever had lateness late enough to ding me. So then I go to the settings tab to see my tasks, to click on the customer delivery to check for delivery notes, and I see that it's at the hospital. I'm like, okay, where in the hospital? There are no delivery notes. It just says it's the hospital, PIN required. Apparently when it's PIN required takes the place of the delivery notes. So I couldn't see the delivery notes till I left the restaurant. Fortunately, the delivery notes do say which department I'm going to, because I sent the customer a message to ask and she didn't answer. This shift is not going as planned. This is not the video I thought it was going to be. I actually started to record my breakfast shift today and it didn't go to plan either, and I gave up on that video, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and post this one anyway, because I suppose it doesn't hurt for you to see the bad shifts as well as the good ones, right? Well, I now have a new offer. It's $9 and change for 2 pickups. going right back to Ocean Blue at Geno's again, and also Barge Inn Tavern, which is not that far. They're both on the bayfront. And it's showing 2 customer drop-offs, but I only saw 1 house icon on the map. It's in South Beach. This time, Ocean Blue had the order already ready, so I did not have to wait this time. And now I'm on my way to pick up from Barge Inn Tavern, which is 0.2 miles away. So the reason I could only see 1 house icon on the map on the offer card was because these 2 restaurants I was picking up from, so close together, one of the deliveries was also in the same strip. So I got that one done. I should have dropped that off first before I went to Barge Inn Tavern, because Barge Inn didn't even have the order ready yet. And DoorDash apparently thought I had jumped task to drop that off because it was sending me a message, "Are you having trouble finding the customer?" Now I am headed into South Beach for the second drop off, the one from Barge Inn Tavern. So I've dropped off both of those. That second one took me slightly outside of the zone, but not too far outside the zone because I already got another offer. This is a stacked shopping order from Safeway and Fred Meyer, and at least one of them's going to Toledo. I didn't really want to do it. The pay wasn't awful. I would want $2 a mile for going out that far, but you got to remember I'm in South Beach right now, so getting to the store counts for part of that. I didn't really want to do more shopping because the shift hasn't been going that great anyway. Well, my intuition is apparently really good because I decided to park next to Momiji, and seconds after I parked, I got an offer from Momiji. I think it was $5.75. The only issue with that drop-off was the trash collection truck was coming by at the exact same time, minimizing my ability to legally park. It's past 1 o'clock, I'm just gonna call it. For this particular shift, it was not satisfying. A lot of stuff did not go well. Don't think my hourly rate was really good when you consider that I paid for the ham out of pocket, but my mileage was okay. I made over $1 a mile, even with paying for the ham out of pocket. Did I quite hit 1,000 so far for the month? I don't know. I know I'm very close, but I don't know if I actually hit that benchmark or not. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, even if I didn't particularly enjoy this shift myself. If you like what you see, please consider liking the video, subscribing, leaving some comments. Gotta remember to say that because I forgot in my last video to make that plea. I'll catch you in the next video, and happy dashing.